You hear that? That ain't silence. That's pressure sitting. Concrete still warm from the day. Street light buzzing like it knows something. Wind cutting through these buildings like a blade looking for a name. SirKnight. I don't gotta say it loud, the air already know. See, I walk different in places like this. Not fast, not slow, just certain. Back doors, I watch them. Grass, I keep it cut low, so the snake's exposed. If you know, you know. He steps. This ain't about comparison, I ain't measuring nobody, I ain't chasing. I'm him whether the crowd here or not. You feel that? That ain't fear, that's presence. When I step in the room, conversation shift, elbows swing heavy, not wild, just heavy. That a baseline you don't see coming, but your ribs feel it. These boots planted in reality, these shoulders built from pressure. This stance forged the nights exactly like this one. I done stood in alleys where promises died, where fake smiles peeled off like cheap paint, where envy crept low through the weeds, and I ain't fold, I ain't bend, I ain't break. You think calm means soft? You think quiet mean unsoft? Nah. Quiet mean already calculated. Quiet mean I already seen the angle. Quiet mean when I move it's final. Back door sealed, perimeter locked. Grass cut so clean I can see the slither before it twitch. You don't sneak on SirKnight. You don't outmaneuver still. You don't mistake stillness for weakness. I ain't here because I said it. I'm here because when I walk, the ground recognize it. When I breathe, the night ain't just. When I look at you, the truth get uncomfortable. You ever felt the presence that didn't need applause? That's me. You ever stood across from a man who don't need comparison to dominate the space? That's me. SirKnight.
The night is in the building. Warning! Check, check, check. Good morning. How's everybody doing? Hope y'all having an amazing Wednesday morning. The conversation. Let me first give a thanks. Oh, wait a minute. Let me read this first because sometimes people want you to do a certain thing. We have to respect that. Let's see. Let's go over right here. Let's read the message. Let me see. Okay. Let's hit this. Test, test. That's working. What we got going? This is my background. And run against and see how. We don't want to be there. We want to be here. And we want to be in a different. Let's see, style. We like the round. Bam. We also want to give thanks. So let's see. Are we working?
Thank you for the money. She spent in the dough. The scratch squill of paper, yeah.
Thank you very much, Miss Adrian Nicole, for the support. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Hello to Adrian. Hello to Fasting. This is our first show over here on this channel. We're starting 2 channels this time because last time I had all my channels on one email that got bumped off. Then I started over on the same email, which was stupid. And I still had all the channels on one email messed up. So now I've separated them. So this will probably be short, not shorts like 1 minute, but 12 minutes, 18 minutes, somewhere in there, that sweet spot of clips from old stuff that's in the background so I can get rid of that because I need that storage space. And then we'll be back over on the other channel doing what we normally do. Again, thank you for the support this morning. Thank you for breaking the ice over here on this channel. It will not be lives, I don't think, over here. It will not be lives over here. We are doing a live today because we haven't oh, I didn't mean to do that. I sent the wrong emojis. Sorry, Adrian. I meant to send you the heart and it sent the vomiting thing. Sheesh. Old man, you got to get it together. Let's see. Let's see. Going, okay, close this. Close that. Close this. Okay. Okay. Now I gotta remember how to do this over here. We want to first open it up. We're starting with this.
In order for us to...
Let's see. Beginning. Move that. And then come here to share. Man, being gone one day could throw everything off. That's inviting a guest. Going in here, okay. And we're going to visit. Going here. Sharing this. screen. How do you control this here? Move this. Add this. There we go. Now let's see out here. What are we doing? It's not out there. Okay. Trying to do new things, everyone. Give me a moment. I'm screen on those. Yes, yes. Why is it double like that? Okay. Let's close this and try to start all over again. Share. So maybe it's not that one. Let's look. Trying to share this.
In order for us to achieve.
Okay, rewind this. Here we are. Think we got it figured out now. Okay, now we got it. So let's play. First off, let's the volume up. It isn't. Let's turn that up. Let's go.
In order for us to achieve peace on planet Earth and get the things that we want to get out of this.
Oh, wait a minute. I forgot the 7 steps. It's early in the morning. Here we go. Let's see if we can make it full screen. What happens if we do that? That's what happens. Okay. So let's take it from the full screen back down to this. Okay. That's the real player there.
In order for us to achieve peace on planet Earth and get the things that we want to get out of this life, we're going to have to delete 90% of men.
Anyway.
Okay. Yeesh. Okay. Go on here. That enlarges it. That shrinks it down. Let me see. This puts us where we want to be. Okay. So we want to be here. In the real player.
Thinking that casually talks about removing or eliminating an entire group of people is not empowering, not progressive, and not rational. It is dangerous. And when that kind of thinking targets fathers, it always ends up harming women and children first. If you care about protecting your family, guarding your mind, and understanding how certain ideas quietly destroy homes, I want you to listen carefully today all the way through, because this is not imagination. This is not theory. This is the kind of thinking that breaks families and destabilizes societies. Welcome back to Family Still Matters. This channel exists to help you think clearly, discern wisely, and protect what matters most, which is your.
Shout out to this lady. Yeah, that's the conversation, right? So we got people that's deeply committed to their education or indoctrination or whatever it is. I've been too many places recently, and I keep hearing something about me simping and all this other stuff. No, I'm just more a person that believe in family and in whatever way you can have it. I don't think people should be alone. I don't think that's natural. People be ready to snap and everything else. But I don't know how you would construct your family. But I do believe in family. I don't think people should be alone. So when you hear me talking, that's how you hear me talking. When you hear me talking about stuff that I remember anecdotally, but lived experience, that's what I'm doing. So when you want to make a statistic type conversation, that's cool. If you believe in the statistics, I don't be talking about statistics. I be talking about lived experiences. And if my lived experiences make you think I'm a simp or whatever, all this stuff y'all do in these spaces. And here's the thing. I think anybody over the age of 25 to give a damn about what somebody else think about them. Come on, y'all. This week, you know, all this going on, and it's way more important stuff going on. But in these YouTube spaces, I didn't see anything new that I haven't been seeing over the last maybe 16 years. I think the first time I really started hearing about exposing, I used to hear about it when I was younger. Like, they used to be like gossip show type stuff. But in maybe the last, like I say, 16 years, about 2010 is when I really started hearing about people being exposed when they came out and said, you know, Kevin Hart made some tweet forever ago that they were trying to hold him accountable for because he said something inappropriate. We started hearing all these different people coming out and apologizing for their original comedy and content and whatever else because they're being exposed. That's the thing I like about Chappelle. Even though I don't find Chappelle is like laugh out loud funny, he is standing on something. If you are Eddie Murphy, I don't know why you need to go against your jokes instead of just letting them be jokes. If I could give a word of advice to people, and when it even comes to the dark humor, whatever else, if that's what you standing on, stand on it. That week of going back and forth with a bunch of different people, that's too many battles. That's too many battles. The situation I'm in right now, channel been stripped all the way down to the core. I'm starting all the way over from scratch. I'm not trying to get into a bunch of battles with people because I will call whatever you doing to me now kicking me while I'm down. Why didn't you kick me while the channel was still around? I only had 1,700 subscribers. Why didn't you kick me while the channel was around? Out of my group, I probably was the lowest subscriber count. Everybody's channel was bigger than mine. But I liked my group of people because my group of people kept me with a couple dollars. And we still growing. But I'm finna start from scratch doing both channels. And hopefully, you know, not even hopefully, I'm just going to do my thing and let the chips fall where they may. This whole, like, even though I did come from Fight Club, that's not me though. And if you look at stuff I do, it don't be malicious. It really don't be malicious. Now the other people, they play hardcore. They real malicious. They gonna destroy you, crush you. I don't really do that. I don't really be trying to destroy and crush people, even when they be doing the most. As we know about some of my songs, for example, the F John God is not talking about his family, talking about his kids. It's talking about F him because he said F me. I said he a slumlord because he's showing what's supposed to be the negative aspects of black people, but they're in your properties. So a lot of these times when I hear people talking, they talking about themselves. And don't get me wrong, none of us are innocent. None of us are innocent. We're culprits in this thing. Because I watch panels where people think, oh, I can come here and vent and it won't. No, it's still going to be about a money grab. It's still going to be about a money grab. Folks need bread. This young lady said the thing we're going to have to do, who is the we, is get rid of most men. to me, all I hear over and over again in different faces is just Princella again, Shira 7 again, you know. And at the same time, I'm on the panel the other day with Bomb Cherry. It's not so crazy if you're a woman to think woman first. So it shouldn't be so crazy if you're a man to think man first. That being the case, if you're going to say F women, what's the alternative? And if you're going to say F men, what's the alternative? Is this the LGBT community? So in that situation, that's a whole nother conversation. However you make that work and society keep working, that would be interesting. But I'm not talking about that conversation. I'm talking about the heterosexual conversation. And that's what this woman is talking about. How you gonna have a family without a man? What you gonna artificially inseminate and do all this manipulation of the body and manufacturing and whatever else? And some people are there.
Family, your children, and the future they're growing up in. What I'm sharing today isn't meant to entertain you. It's meant to equip you so that when you hear certain ideas online, across the TV set, by any voice in a university, on a campus, among private little groups, that you can recognize them for what they are and know when to turn them off or to shut them down. This message is for adults who care about families, children, and the health of society. It is not for people who enjoy extreme rhetoric, who embrace conspiracy style thinking, or who live in fantasy worlds about how families and societies actually function. There is nothing wrong with using your imagination or creativity, but it becomes dangerous when fantasy is treated as something that should be imposed on real people, real families, and real children.
It's amazing how the fantasies or the idealistic perspectives of people is being imposed. So I was looking at something where people were talking about they was divorcing people because of their political beliefs. So I don't want to be married to a conservative man, or I don't want to be married to a liberal man, or I don't want to be married to a conservative woman, or I don't want to be. How could you not figure that out earlier on in life? I looked at a clip of a woman saying that she don't like no man that got standards and rules and whatever else. I looked at a clip of a woman saying she don't like seeing a man sitting down and resting. These are all extremes, but they have support. And I think that's what keeps the divide going, because who are you getting? Who is this dude? Who is this woman? And how do they look in the world? How do they present? Because some people want somebody coming in barking, and this is what it is. Whereas me, I guess this is where the simps thing come in. I come in thinking this is another able-bodied adult, and we got to find a meeting of the minds. Because I'm not a child, and the person I'm going to be involved with is not a child. So it's just specifically, who are you, and how can we make something possibly happen?
As if it could replace reality itself. If you want clarity instead of confusion and wisdom instead of noise, this message is for you. Every time fathers are removed physically, emotionally, or culturally, children feel it first. Women carry the weight next, and society quietly starts to unravel after that. Understand, this helps you see through messages that sound compassionate on the surface, but are destructive underneath. Any mindset that treats fathers as disposable or men as disposable is not pro-woman, and it is absolutely not pro-child, and it is anti-family. I recently watched a video that disturbed me deeply. I'll include the link so you can see exactly what I'm referencing. Because
Now, see, here's the thing also. This can go both ways. But if they're talking about this one side, that's one side. But this can go both ways. The thing about like you pick it, like folks don't like Kevin Samuels, but nobody made the women go to that show. People talk about red pill stuff, but nobody make them women go to them red pill shows. Listen, these shows be having these women come, but they got a relationship with them. They met this woman from TikTok or IG. They exchanging emails and whatever. We hearing it all come out of the wash. And at the end of the day, me included, it is clout chasing. You trying to attach yourself to something. So that's why this ride might be a little bit more bumpier. I'm not trying to attach myself to nothing. The reason you got them 1,700 subs because you was on Fight Club. Let's see if I can do it again without that association. Now that I don't have that. Now that folks don't really mess with me like that. Let's see if we can do it again now that folks don't mess with me like that. I'm around new people that's just starting also, but it's the mentality of people. It's the mentality of people. When I go somewhere, I go there as me. Because I thought that this stuff was supposed to be about an exchange of ideas and your opinion. I don't ask people to come to my channel and be yes people. All the people y'all know that's been around it. Ruthless didn't kiss my ass. We didn't agree, but it was for him to have an opportunity to give his opinion. And we know his opinion because we listened to him for years on the channel. Truth. We know his opinion. You don't have to kiss my ass. Anybody that was ever over here. Lord ADS, Uncle Tom. I'm not a conservative. Anybody that's been here, you don't have to kiss my ass. I'm not looking for yes men. I'm looking at go ahead and have a conversation, have some fun. I'm not I try not to be mean-spirited, but I don't know how people interpret things that you say. Like sometime I mess with Lord ADS. I say he's a light-skinned dude with a dingy V-neck. I'm trying not to be mean-spirited. You know, it's funny. This is jokes over here. I just have it on my banner. This is jokes over here. This is not, I'm trying to take down your channel. I'm trying to say something crazy. But I'm passionate about things too. And when I'm being passionate and people try to say that I'm trying to take them down, that's bullshit. That's a motherfucking lie. I'm not trying to take you down. I'm in this game with you. What up, Lord ADS? I'm in this game with you. I'm not, and all you different people that I've interacted with, no matter who it is, has always been on that extreme shit. It's always extreme. I don't get it. This is, you know, this is important to me because it's a source of income. Even though it's just a couple of dollars, still a source of income. You want to make more. You want to do more. But this woman right here is talking about family. People I agree with is people like, say what you want to say about Bond being, I guess, a feminist or whatever y'all want to call her. That woman married in a multi-generational house. She there, the husband there, the grandbaby there, and the son there. That's multi-generational. To me, that's healthy. Folks heard me say back when I bought this place I'm in, I was like, if the family is working together, I would love to have multiple family members around. But again, I'm a loner. I don't think people get that. That don't mean I hate people. That's what they try to suggest. Oh, you don't like people. Me being a loner don't have nothing to do with me disliking someone. It's about protecting your energy, as they say in these current days. Protecting your space, as they say in these current days. Let me see. Let's move some stuff around, see how it works. It's not about the other person. It's more so about me. Because I don't want to argue with you, and I don't want to say nothing crazy to you. I don't want to make it go left. But people be in the places because they looking for certain things. So it can sound like it's drama going over here, but it never really is. Never really is. Not with me. Somebody on the panel, them two people may have some real serious thing, not to me. If I get God, I got God. Am I finna blow it out of proportion? No, because that's lame to me. Sometimes you see me on panels and stuff be going on, they be like, we at night, we want you to go in. I don't know what y'all be meaning by go in. I understand that y'all like fresh and fit and all that different stuff. And y'all want to see somebody, roast this and roast that. And I mean, I don't mind cracking jokes, but I'm not really trying to go in. And people that critique people and say this and that, they'll say, this content creator is a sassy bitch, but you're there all the time. You're saying that a man is a sassy bitch, but you on his channel all the time. And don't get me wrong, I be seeing what folks be doing. We got some content creator that everything they say about, they call people rims and all of this stuff, and everything they say about the rims is that they, it's always some questionable sexuality stuff about whoever the rims are. But at the same time, you're watching them to know all that stuff. If you're there every day, you watching to know all of that. If it's that and people really have a real issue with it, they wouldn't even know. And I look at people in the chat and they say such and such as this, but I see you in the chat. Well, how you know? Because again, I don't have these deep emotional commitments to non-existent nothings. What difference does that man if that man say X, Y, and Z? Why are you taking the bait? People be like, name names. I name names when names are appropriate. But I'm at the point where I don't even think you need to name names. Everybody know who you talking about, even when you're being indirect. Because everybody name all the names. What I've been seeing this last week or two, well, let's say since January 13th, what I've been seeing is nothing but a bunch of old stuff being regurgitated. And it captivates the people. They stay there and they want to hear more and more about the dark joke that Fatty told 5 years ago. The stuff that went on with JP and whatever 5 years ago. That's new content. The new people that's coming in talking about the stuff that was talked about 10, 15 years ago, as if it's brand new. None of it's new. At the end of the day, to me, from the night, this is just elementary school. You got who you mess with, and it is what it is. I still feel appreciated. I still feel the love. And anything that's going on, I blame me. I lost my channel. No matter what anybody, even if you get into it with somebody and they dox you and do all other stuff, you got to blame yourself because you got into it with them. All these back and forth and whatever else, you need 2 equal participants. Y'all see me multiple times go on apology tours and multiple times just not respond to people when they do stuff. And it's the reason why I do that, because I don't care. You got people that have made 12 shows about me, and I don't care. What difference does it make? What matters is the people who do give a damn about me. I think people should put more focus on the people that do give a damn about you. Like people that tell me throughout my life, you don't even come through no more. Listen what you just said. But you said, I don't come through no more. Yeah. What that means is that we had a one-sided relationship. I used to come through. I want people to understand that. When it's the type of situation where it's a one-sided relationship and I'm always doing something, I don't like that. I'm going to gracefully disappear anyway, because it's going to start feeling like a one-sided relationship. Same thing when it comes to like these graphics, this music and all this other stuff. It's a bunch of people around here that can do it. It's a bunch of people around here that can do it better than me. In that type of situation, let's collab. Teach me something I don't know. I show do something I don't know. But my thing is, and this is a bad thing about me, and I'm a bad judge of character. I just said this the other day when I was over there on RLM show. I'm a bad judge of character. I'm a bad judge of character. I don't really know how dark and nefarious other people be. I just know that I'm not. So like the little back and forth that used to go on between me and Sharon, I didn't really care. That's why I was so weak. The back and forth that used to go on between me and Fighter Complex, I don't really care what the fuck he's saying. The back and forth with me and Unlikely, I don't really care. So he's saying all of the crazy shit you could think to say. I don't really care. Even if it's really real. In real life, I done got into stuff where family members be like, man, you be talking crazy. I say, I don't think I'm talking crazy. I think I'm just voicing my opinion. I don't think it's healthy to walk around here in terror. Put it in God's hands. We don't know what the F is finna happen next. But to walk around here paralyzed or shaking all the time, even when it's stuff that's, you know, I can be shocked. I was watching the movie with Blair Underwood. Who all was in that movie? It was Sean Connery and Blair Underwood, where Blair Underwood was in the South. He was living with his grandmother, Ruby D. They accused him of rape. The other main character in that movie was Ed Harris. He was a crazy man in the prison. You know, it's intense. You know, it's about all this crazy stuff and like SVU type crimes. And there's a scene in there where they're going to find a knife that, you know, that was supposed to use in a crime. And he reached inside a little hole. They're in the Everglades, I believe. And the alligator jumped out. I was truly startled. I was like, that's a rush. My house, the house I live in, this motherfucker clicks and creaks and reeks and all day. Like doors. I mean, it's calm now. When I first got in here, though, the house used to be so loud. I mean, like the closet doors in my bedroom used to make sounds like somebody was hitting it. Clunk, pap. The floors, it sounded like people walking. But here's the thing of doing construction so long and understand certain aspects, and maybe I could just be making excuses, but in the winter, your house swells. In the summer, your house shrinks. So the thing about wood, and we're going to get back to the whole, you know, conversation about families and whatever else. The thing about wood is that it's never really so-called dead. It's always expanding and contracting. So that's why the house creaks and squeaks. So the floors, we have floating floors. I mean, these aren't new like the newer clicking floors, but these are floating floors. So if you understand that, there's a subfloor, there's a little layer there, and then when they put these floors over the original floors. So they're floating. So what'll happen is, especially if they're depending on what material, it's expanding and contracting. And if they put your floors too close to the wall, they don't put that little 1/8 of an inch or whatever else. When it expands and contract, it can buckle. But if they put the 1/8 there, what you're basically hearing is the wood stretching and shrinking, swelling and shrinking. So that's what you're hearing is the wood is moving on top of whatever They may use like a plastic membrane or whatever else to keep the moisture from coming up through it. So you explain this in your head, but it still doesn't matter. It can still startle you. I have water bottles in here. When you pick up the water bottles, you put a little impression in the water bottle from your hand, squeezing it. You sit it down, and then it'll pop out. That can startle you. But that's the thing. Your nerves is all worked up. You got to be able to shake that off. And I think it's the same with dealing with folks. You got to understand how that, and that's why I say, who are you, ma'am? Who are you? And even in these YouTube streets, now that I'm around, a little bit newer content creators, they didn't snap because they're following the way the stuff go. I'm on Chaotic channel, the thing with John Gall. I'm not taking that stuff seriously like that. So when I was up there and CT was saying, I can't really read Nightish. I don't have no ulterior motive, CT. There's nothing to read. I have a man that's calling me hard ERs and talking about diabetes, and he want to see my hat and all kind of weird stuff. That's weird to me. I make jokes about it, but I don't have I'm not there to cause confusion. But I've watched John channel. He's there. He want to fight. I watch CT. He go over there and mess with Tariq Nasheed and whatever else. He be trolling. He want to fight. Good content. I'm not going to CT channel to fight with CT, even though I might crack a joke or whatever. Turn him into a California raisin with a MAGA hat. I'm not going there to fight with CT. The man got way more subscribers than me. I don't even know how many, but I only had 1,700. Now I got 118 on my largest channel, but I'm still me. I'll be places where people would be admonishing me, and I'd be like, I simply don't know what you're talking about. In all honesty, I simply don't know what folks be talking about. I really don't. When I have relationships with people, when I trust people, this is why I say I'm like a bad judge of character. When I have relationships with people and I trust people, I give people a little bit of leeway. I'm not like y'all. I don't look at, like, people got real problems with Sugar Bum and Reese and all of them because they say X, Y, and Z. I don't give a fuck, really. I'm not saying you shouldn't. You know more about this YouTube stuff than me. But me, I don't give a fuck, really. Sugar Bum said all kind of stuff. I can't remember all of it, but I don't care. It's a gender war, and it's equal combatants. I'm not in a gender war. I was on T channel one day and they were talking about RLM. And I'm like, fuck RLM. I like this type of person. Does that mean I'm gonna get that kind of person? Not at all. I don't even go outside. But it doesn't change what I like. But let's move forward because we got to make content. That's the game we in. It's good that people see the night is back in the building though. We're gonna go from that lady over to this lady.
Sister Ali, welcome.
These links will be in the description. Let me see now. You know, it's like riding a bike. Just got to get back up on it. You just got to get back up on it. Start pedaling. But I just don't like the narratives that be created. And I don't do none of this shit. I'll be looking. I'm looking at JP on Bomb Channel. He got text in his phones from years ago. I don't even know what kind of phone that is. I don't have a text from you unless it's my kids or something. I don't have a text from nobody because why am I texting them? Like on IG, if we didn't wrote each other on IG. That stuff is still there. But I'm never going to bring up nothing you said to me on IG. I listened to somebody say tonight, all you need is an email. If I have your email, I'm never going to give your email out. That shit is for business purposes only. You want to get some music, you want to get some graphics, that's all that shit is for. I don't do that shit. I don't have no nefarious shit about it. And half this shit, it to me be chatty patty shit, gossip shit. So when the women say, these men is like bitches, they just sit up and gossip. I've been told, I done heard I'm a gossiper. If it's gossip talking about what somebody said in the chat, and this gossip was somebody that said on the panel on these shows, then I guess I am a gossiper. That's what we're doing. We gossiping, right? But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about bringing up emails, bringing up texts, screenshot and chats, all that. That's what I'm talking about. But I guess the people look at it and they learn the ways. They learn the ways it should work, and that's the game. But let's do some listening.
I Never Knew TV, right? Glad that.
Thank you.
Glad that.
The sisters on I Never Knew TV. Let's pull it back. Let's pull it back. Go somewhere random.
Have you, all right? So I want to start off and ask, where did you grow up and what were your parents like as parents and husband and wife?
Let me see something. Let me see. I don't want to know about that. What is happening? This is the thing about this. Click here.
Now, you know, when I'm not important like that and all my history and everything. I grew up actually here in Cincinnati, and my parents were.
Yeah, we want to fast forward. And it's not allowing me to do that. So why is that? Taking me all the way back.
Sister Ali, welcome to I Never Knew TV, right? Glad to have you.
Thank you.
Glad to have you, all right? So
this is what we're gonna do. Try this a different way. Let's open up Real Player itself. Okay. Here she is. Okay, now we got control, I think. Let's come back. Yeah, I can't listen to nobody tell me about somebody being gossipy when the reason why you're not at the show today is because you ran to the gossipy shows. You're there with your popcorn. They say the haters is going to watch you the most. I don't really think I'm hateable like that. So if you see somebody hating on me, they just a hater. They're looking for something to hate about. Let's go.
A lot of the so-called ministers and preachers and different people we got out here, they're not teaching you to worship God. They're teaching you to worship them. Okay? God don't need money in that way. And there has never been a God recorded that lived in high riches like all of the people that say they represent God do today. It's not a necessity. Okay? In fact,
yeah, prosperity preachers. Let me see. I'm not doing that. I'm not trying to convince you or nothing. You already think the way that you think. When you look at me reacting to stuff, I'm not talking about the content creator. So we had the little back and forth with Drip. Y'all saw what I did. I didn't call that man out of his name and do all this stuff. I said, look at what I did. I said you took a song and didn't give me no credit or give me a couple dollars. That's what I said. That turned into I'm a messy bitch and I'm all out of my name and all that other stuff. And when I reacted to what was going on, I said just that. I'm not going to add anything or take anything away. Listen to this person. Now, if y'all like dudes that, you know, because I'm probably 20 years older than that brother. If y'all like dudes that'll sit up and just go in, then y'all gonna support that show. Like I see the stuff that's going on right now between Freezy, Anton, Izzy, Anton, Angry Man, and Izzy. That's them people. That's them folks. If you really pay attention to me, a lot of stuff, even with the Ali and Fatty, that's them. What am I to say about that? I prefer, me personally, I prefer to see people work together. Me personally. I don't like the idea of a hierarchy. Because a lot of folks came over there on the lair when I was over there. Aaron Noah had been there, Cheeky been there, Angry Man been there, Izzy been there, Sharon been there, but never in no hierarchy position. Everybody equal. We all playing from the same playing field. So yeah, when you have people that's, and then you had the people with the pom poms talking about you the only one. I guess that's a good feeling, but no, that's not what I'm here for. And you got to find your spot and work that thing. Work that spot. You give them the power to have a hierarchy.
When you really are strong in your faith, you don't even want a lot of material things as proof that you are in contact with God. You know, the blessing is survival. The blessing, the supreme blessing is peace, which is something we don't have. We don't have peace. We're not even familiar with it, other than saying peace or peace and love and things like that. But as a way of life.
Yeah, as a way of life. I should be able to walk outside my home and people see me in some regard, because that's the way I see people. I don't walk around angry at races or angry at youth or angry at, I don't want to be angry. People used to say, you walk around looking mean. I don't believe that. I believe my resting face. Y'all see me on here. Y'all didn't see me on camera. Do I have a mean look? Let me see something right quick. Let me see something today. Do I have a mean look? Let's do something right quick. Let's get on camera. Let me see. This is my resting face. Is that a mean look? I know some cats that their resting face looks mean. I have a mean look. I've never heard that in my life. I've heard it from women. I used to think you was mean. Really? People tell me I look like I'm smiling all the time. Were they lying to me? Now, here's the thing, and this is something moms told me, she used to say, people used to say I look mean, and that's offensive. And I say, why is it offensive, Mom? She said, because I'm not looking mean, I'm in pain. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing with me. I have bone spurs in my feet. So sometimes when I walk around, it feels like somebody has took a hammer and just beat my feet. They are just extremely sore. Sometimes it happens to my hands. Sometimes I get to shooting pain through my shoulder. So I have pain issues also. So sometimes you may see me on camera and it's not a mean look. It's I'm probably in pain right there. And I don't believe in just pumping myself with no painkillers. I have family members that be like on 700 Tylenols and taking Oxycontin, and I don't want to be on that stuff. And even like ibuprofen, they call ibuprofen NSAIDs. They say that mess your kidneys up and all that kind of stuff. If I can avoid taking pain medicine, I'm gonna try to avoid taking pain medicine. I don't smell like being gay because I'm not rubbing it down. I'm just trying to naturally drink water, eat vegetables, or whatever else, and deal with pain depending on what level it is, because it's levels to it. Some days I can be a 3. A 3, I'm gonna walk around. Some days it can be a 7 or an 8. A 7 or 8, I'm probably gonna sit the hell down. I'm gonna be still. I'm probably gonna pop a pill. Peace. In my pain, I try to be at peace. In these YouTube streets, I try to be at peace. But I swear I'll be somewhere and they just be, because that's what they do. You take some of these names. Right now, the most recent one, you got Vanta. They got somebody named Angry Casper. And they things, they just be on panels going in. With the current day, like what they call tether talk. I just recently found out about this lady, what's her name? Ariva. The one who played Aretha Franklin. Friends with Ariana Grande. I heard the stuff she said about black folks. It be black folks going in on black folks. We still, no matter what the situation, though, we still got to figure it out. But some people is okay with just their immediate family. Just me, my wife, my kids, and F everybody else. How's that working out? I think I need the village. I need the village. I'm a single man. I'm a loner. I still need my little village. I still need all the folks that mess with me. Whoever that is. Y'all know y'all name.
Life is to practice it in our homes and over our children so that we can model a new idea. That's the only way to change the people. You change their idea. You don't have to change their environment. You don't have to charge them nothing. You don't have to join no group. Just change your idea. And the rest of all of you will get in line with that. And you will be successful in whatever that idea is. Now, that idea can be robbing a bank. That idea can be murdering somebody. But if you get in agreement in your mind to do it, it can turn out all kinds of ways. So we should get in agreement in our mind to practice doing things a different way, to raise our children a different way, and stop treating the children like they are a burden, and that they are in the way. And all that talk about the children are the future. Well, we looking at the future now. Do we like it? No, we don't like it. Our children are...
And we created it. I had that discussion just recently too. We might not like it, but we created it. They say, these kids today, no, think about the 80s and the 90s. They said the same thing about us. They used to say to us, y'all not gonna make it to 18. You gotta understand it. This is the beginning of NWA. And that was changing the mindset. You got gangster rap. Change the mindset, right? No, I kind of agree with Taz on this one. You had these people that was creating groups that were supposed to protect the community, and then they got taught revolution, and they got taught how to fight, and they went and got weapons, and then they knocked their heads off, and now you got a bunch of people that's revolutionary minded, and they got weapons. So then that stuff imploded. The origins of all this stuff had a healthy origin story. And then the origin story got messed up because they took away the leaders. What they used to call it back in the day was like organized crime. Now this stuff is just random and sporadic. But if they keep doing it and they do it where it's enough groups of them, if you get, because I just watched somebody do a crime where they bust into a jewelry store. It was like 25 of them. The thing is now with all the cameras and everything else, when they got in the store, the door closed behind them, and then they jammed the door. But somebody amongst the group had a pistol. He shot the glass out, then kicked out the glass, and they all got out. As soon as they came out, they had the drones on top of them. You're not finna get away from the drones. So all 25 of them got snatched up together. If that group of people is in alignment with each other and they get organized, what you gonna do about it? Jail is the modern day slavery. Putting you on paperwork. I don't care if it's a misdemeanor. Putting you on probation and parole, that's the modern day slavery. On probation, they can strip search you anywhere. Run up in your house anytime. And then depending on the level of the individuals and their level of anger, racism, or whatever else, they'll do to you anyway. And frame it in whatever kind of way. But people got body cams on, they got drones around. To the people that still what they call active, amen, that's a hell of a choice to make in 2026. I'm watching a cat flying on the freeway. Police but the drone ain't lost them. The helicopter ain't lost them. And all that was done, captured everything. Captured whatever was being thrown out the window. Followed them all the way down to an area where the drone couldn't see it no more. But here's the thing about a drone versus a helicopter. The drone can come inside the parking lot. The what they call in parking lots, the indoor parking lots. It's a lot going on. I think we need family more now than we ever did before. So I can't be on the anti-family conversations. I can't be on the hate the women conversations. I can't be on the hate the men conversation. Come on, brother. You need to go ahead and clown him and put him in. Well, I'm not on either side. Well, you got to pick. I said this when I came into space. I don't have to pick shit. I think the way I think. Is going to be a slow build back? Yes. So thank you for Adrian this morning for breaking the ice. Because when the ice get broken, I understand it can be an opportunity. But yeah, we need family and community and all this other stuff. But at the same time, you have to know who those people are.
Savage running the streets. We've let them get raised up on all the nonsense on every media that we could afford to buy them. That's not anything we're proud of. They're very ignorant and disrespectful and embarrassing. And most of us are afraid of them because they're so savage. They have no predictability. I had a high school ask me to come and speak to the seniors because that one book I have, Things Your Parents Should Have Told You, it was required reading in a lot of schools at one time that the children had to read this and understand it before you get your diploma.
Now, before she continue, same situation. It's the 80s and I'm in McClymonds High School. Debbie Allen and Shabba-Do had came to the school in the auditorium. When Debbie Allen walked in the auditorium, because everybody was talking, it's loud in the auditorium. When she walked in, forget Shabba-Do, he was behind her. But when Debbie Allen walked into the auditorium, you heard, whew. Usually, somebody come up to the podium, they tap the mic and they say, we need your attention. We need your attention. Everybody quiet down. Everybody. When she walked into the place before she even got to the podium, because they had the podium in the middle of the gym, in the middle of where the basketball courts are. When she walked in the place, it got quiet. They literally needed security to get her up out of there. People were trying to grab her and touch her and do all this other. Shabba-Do just looked startled. Now, Shabba-Do is the light-skinned dude from Breaking, the big tall dude. You had Turbo and Ozone. I believe Shabba-Do was Ozone in Breaking. I can't remember that far back, but yeah. So the whole kids are rude stuff, that's not new either.
Especially in New York. And so I would look at the condition of the children and recognize that we're looking at the tomorrow. And we don't have an alternate plan. There's a few good brothers out here with some schools now for Black boys, especially. Okay. We need that. We need them for the girls. And that's another thing I want to mention. We need to start letting our little boys play with dolls. Now, this is a campaign that I'm trying to get started. They need to play with dolls because we got young men out here and older men that the child interrupt the video game, they knock it out with their fists. They beat them, they kill them. They don't know how to discipline them physically. They go too far. They punching them with their fists. They're doing a lot of things to these babies, taking their frustration out on them and anger out on them because they don't relate to it. They don't know how to deal with it. So we tend to just teach motherhood as if that's all you need. While on the other hand, we're talking about you need the father in the home when we don't consider teaching you all fatherhood. There ain't no magic in none of it. We have to be taught everything. And so if we teach the father how to relate to the child and the baby, maybe he'll do a little different. We can't just teach the mother how to be a mother, and if the father don't know it. And that slip, that got past me too. Why?
That's the other thing. We had that discussion also. We had a pendulum swing, right? So when I was younger, it was all about corporal punishment. Belts, switches, race car tracks, sticks, paddles. Folks was getting their arms knocked out of socket. Skin broken, whooped to bloodiness. Then go take a bath because it wasn't showering going on back then. Bath. You sit in that tub, the water get pink from all them whelps and stuff. You just got whooped to blood, and this hurt. And then after this whipping like a slave, you get hugged and told, "Now I love you, but you got to." How do you take that childhood trauma? Because a lot of people just put it in the back of their mind and go, "We needed that discipline." There's a difference between discipline and abuse. So you got the first lady on the first clip talking about we need to get rid of 90% of men. Not retrain the brain, make people be a little bit more understanding about, because when I listen to some of these ladies, but what you're saying is so extreme and it's so long-winded. No, brother, you dangerous. I'm dangerous? Yeah, black man is dangerous. Y'all monsters. All y'all do is destroy women. I destroy women? Yeah, because if you can't be a sole provider and this and that, and then you have other people that support and back that up. I think the rhetoric is dangerous. Because when you get to telling a bunch of folks that thing is dangerous, you open them up to danger. Because it's not going to be, I'm a human being. It's going to be, I'm an animal. So that's how people, what you got to do if you come around me, Nightish, is you got to show me, first of all, you can be submissive. I got to show you I can be submissive.
Do we think that you all automatically have that? You've been up under the same slave masters' grandchildren and great-grandchildren and enemy that we have been under. So we have all been affected in our way of thinking. We're not doing things like we used to do them. And so we're not getting that result anymore. It's too many variables. We have allowed too much to get into our children's head. And we have let them see bad models, children cursing their parents out, fighting their parents, doing all of those kind of things. That hasn't worked. And so people,
That's a new thing. That is a new thing. When I was younger, you didn't really see black children doing that. I can't think of nobody in my age group that I heard, women or men, and when it was said, it was such a rare thing. It was like you heard about it, but you didn't see it. I never saw nobody that fought their father. The stories we used to hear was, I tried to fight my father and he hit me in the chest. Not beat me, but he hit me in the chest with them old slave hands. It used to be a joke. And I wasn't trying to fight my father. Now, shortly after that, you get bigger than your father, stronger than your father, and whatever else. And the thing used to be, I brought you in this world kind of thing. But yeah, we didn't see people cussing their mamas out like this, fighting with their fathers like this. This all new phenomenon.
people say I'm old school. Now I'm on the system that worked. The one we got now has not worked, is not working, and will not. We have to be able to have some input into those kind of things. We got young people now that don't even know personal hygiene. So whose responsibility is it to teach that?
That's a big thing. I taught in public school.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
And like people don't acknowledge that kids don't know basic hygiene.
You know, and we have some other sexual things that are going on. You know, life, everything is a trend. Okay. And we jump on trends because we don't have no self. And so we can mimic everybody. That's why we do so good in all of them pictures. Will Smith was Muhammad Ali. Jamie Foxx was Ray Charles. You know, we can turn into anybody because there's nothing in there for us to hold on to as a base.
And that's another discussion we was having over there on RLM channel. And I think people get this mess. The question that we was asking was, do you believe people can be soulless? Because no, I believe everybody has a soul, but sometimes I think people aren't psychologically attached to it. A lot of people don't like dealing with emotions, so they just block them out. This girl did something to me in the first grade, so I said I'll never be done like that again, so I just don't want to love. I don't want to be emotional. I don't think you should live in it. It shouldn't be your everyday. You know how I feel and I feel enough. I don't think you should. But to be completely detached from it, that's what I mean by pendulum swinging too far this way or that way. I think you should be well-rounded and balanced.
Okay, that lack of knowledge of self, God and the devil, has left us, you know, we're just blind, deaf, and dumb in the sense. Not dumb like stupid. We the smartest people here, but dumb and not being able to speak or hear or talk about things that make sense and are good plans. Okay, and right now, in looking on the internet, you have adult Black women shaking their naked behinds to the camera. Okay.
Yeah, twerking. And like this campaign, this time around, I know enough of these people. Are we buddy? No, but I know enough of y'all. I know Angry Man, I know Izzy, I know Chaotic, I know Sharon, I know Freezy. I know enough of y'all to where we have, and here's the thing about it. The audience that's over there at Freezy, he has some select people that haven't been on my channel, whatever else, but majority of people have been. When I'm on Sharon's channel, typically I used to redirect people to Stanley, redirect people to Sharon and whatever else. So we kind of share in the same audience. So when I go through this thing right here, right now, and I'm in Sharon and me don't have the kind of drive. Sharon said, go. You don't have to access, just drop the channel. So I dropped my links to the 2 channels I got right now over there, right? So when people don't subscribe, I go, because it's the same people. When I had a 1,700 people, it's this. This is not a when I'm on Izzy channel, I know all them names. I don't care where I'm at. I know all these names. Cause why? I know them from if they Untouchables. I know them if they Black House. I know them if they Wildest Wake Up Show. So when I think about it, this list, whether it's Sugar Bum or Reese, Adrian Nicole, April, Kingdom Mind. Oh yeah, I know people from Uncle Tom's. And I put my link in the thing. If my name is SirKnight or whatever it is, y'all know it's me. So I don't really be understand. So it's 118 people on the other channel. That's probably been around a month or so. All I did was started this one too, because I need 2 channels that's on 2 separate emails in case of the certain situation. And then I want to do different things on both channels. So I don't be getting a subscription thing. I don't be getting it. But I work with the 118 for now. So I dropped my link in Izzy's show the other day about 4 times. I dropped it on Sharon's show. I don't know if I dropped it on Freezy, but while I was on Sharon, Freezy was on Sharon, and Freezy said, "What's going on?" And I said, "Oh, I lost the channel." He said, "Okay, well, later on tonight, just come over to my channel. You know you can come over there." That used to be a thing a lot of people used to do. I personally got her from the Black House before they broke up. So because I learned it over there and I saw it over there, I used to do it on my channel too. I used to go, "Oh, if you got a channel, you can just drop the," because long as you're not streaming at the same time as me, that's one. Long as you're not streaming my content at the same time I'm streaming my content, that's 2. So Gospel of Bob was streaming my content while I was live. That's a no-no, brothers. Especially when you're competing with me. That's a no-no. I'm not going to stream your content while you're live. I'm not going to tell nobody while I'm live in your chat, come to my channel. That's a no-no. That's a violation. That's wrong. But since we do that in front of each other, and we old, we're not no young folks. These are all grown-ass men. Like folks will say something like, "Well, Knight, you're trying to hurt the channel." I've never tried to hurt nobody's channel. That's not the truth. But you can spin a narrative and multiple people can say it. And if you tell a lie long enough, people will think it's the truth. And it's not because I'm overwhelmed with it, but that's why I do these little talks right here. Because people going to believe what they want to believe. You got to show me the proof. Just like every time we get into these back and forth. Such and such said I did this. And I said, well, if I did that, show the clip. And they never can show a clip. Or when they show a clip, they edit it down to a fine little thing. Well, see what he said right here? I say, show 2 minutes before that. Because all I'm going to do is, if I feel like it or had the time, I'm just going to go back there and play. I'm not going to play a whole lot of things. You played a minute or 2 of, I suppose you did something. I'm just going to rewind it back probably 3 minutes. And I'm going to play the part that you played. So I'm going to go back 3 minutes and play the part that you played and then play it all together. And then go, oh, you was dropping him over and over again and you was calling him the hard ERs. So then we understand he was responding to you. He didn't come to your channel and just say what you said he said. Then you said he said this. I say, really play that clip. Then he go play the clip. And I'm like, okay, be back in 1 second. Here go 3 minutes before it. And the whole your group, your friend group will go, he didn't say that about you, brother. But my thing is, y'all his friend group. And even after it was proven that I didn't do none of that stuff, he's still upset and he's still repeating it. So I don't believe people when they be talking about keep it real and none of this. It's disappointing. Why not do good business? It's disappointing. I'm on Izzy show the other day. I said, could I drop the link? I put in a private chat. Can I drop my link over here? He didn't say nothing. So I asked him, do you read the private chat? He said, I don't read it out loud. I said, okay. So is the non-response a response? Then somebody else tried to kick and say, when he comes, I said, no. Because I wrote something to you in the private chat. And he said, well, what do you mean by I lost my, and here's the other thing. It's much screenshotting people doing this, this space we in right here. As much gossiping we do, as much we talk about each other, I don't believe nobody is, I don't believe, and this is what I'm saying. It's because I try to have conversations in good faith. What's happening tonight? Everybody know I lost my channel. You don't know I lost my channel? Who doesn't know I don't lost my channel? No, we want you to say it publicly up here so you know we can have it. Okay, I lost my channel. Was it a big channel? No, it was 1,700 subscribers. How long you been around here? Like 4 years. I think 4 years for sure. Don't you think you should? No, because I don't really do the extreme, salacious, gossipy, whatever. Like, if I'm looking at your channel and I'm reacting to something to it, I'm not talking about the content creator. I'm talking about the conversation. Like this right here. This show that Sister Shahrazad is on. I'm not talking about the creator of this show. I'm not talking about Sister Shahrazad. I'm talking about what she's talking about. How we look as a group. Because whether we want to accept it or not, it's one race, the human race. And what people like to do is separate ourselves up or delineate it, whatever else. I don't want to be in no conflict with every different type of so-called black person. I got to get into it with a Haitian, a Jamaican, a Trinidadian, a West End. Why? Are you FBA? Because FBA stinking. Y'all don't have no culture and all this. I don't care nothing about that. Are you trying to work together? What you mean? I'm going to a place in San Leandro. They sell African food. I don't know what kind of African they are and whatever else, but they got a form of gumbo. It's not like the gum. It's not like a seafood gumbo or the typical gumbo we have. They call it something else. But I asked the mother, because I usually deal with the mother in the store. The son owns the store, and it's a younger person, a younger lady that works in the store. I asked her, what is this thing? I don't remember the name of it. And she was describing to me, and she said it's like a gumbo. So that thing, when they're talking about a gumbo, it has okra in it. It's people here that make gumbos. They don't put no okra in it because they don't like slimy okra. But their thing is called a gumbo. So I didn't went to that store multiple times. One time I was at the store, and this is how I found out he was the owner of the store. He came to the store. I'm used to seeing the mother or the younger lady. That is down at the store, I'm dealing with the mother again. And I'm waiting for my food. So I'm sitting on the couch and I'm looking at the TV, and there's some music playing. When he comes in the store, he gets behind the counter and he starts counting receipts and doing whatever else. And I say, what's up to him when he comes to the store? And he kind of like nods his head after I spoke. Now, culture or not, I don't care if you're an African man, a Chinese man, a white man, an older person. And sometimes I forget I'm old. But just men in general, I speak to people. So when I'm looking at a black man and I said hello to the black man and the man nods his head, am I ready to fight about it? No, but that's rude. Now, why is it rude? It's rude because I'm spending money in your establishment. That's why I'm in here in the first place. You don't greet your customers and you're the owner? That's part one of it. That should be part two of it. Part one of it is your mom is smiling into me and talking to me about the food about to be done, which proves that I'm spending money in your establishment. So mom is smiling when you come in because I'm interacting with her because I'm waiting for my food. 2, you come in, I speak to you, you nod your head. 3, I ask you, what's the name of this music? You wouldn't like it. I'm an older man asking you a question and you're going to tell me if I like it or not. This is not about a like or dislike. Is this Afro beast? What is this? What do you call this music that's playing right now? It's just too much negative interaction with people. And then when people respond to all the negative interaction, it's you FBAs or it's you ADOSs or it's you what? Literally spending money in your store. It's in the gender war, it got to be 2 active participants. When people be saying they be beefing with me, the reason why I laugh at it and I don't do the things that y'all do. Y'all are looking to start shit. You just come on over here now, it's to start shit so you can react to it and get clips. No, I'm not. That's not why I'm there. I done been on your show too many times. If that was the case, I would do it every time I come to your show. Y'all said that was the case. I went through, one person that said that I went through probably 13 shows. Here's a show, a whole show. Where am I doing this? Here's a show, a whole show. Where am I doing this? Then I even asked them, where am I doing this at? So then I had somebody in my chat go, oh, they're talking about this part right here. Then I go back and look at it and I go, okay, so that is called inference. I'm talking to the person that checked it, telling me, what do you mean by that? This person is inferring something. That's not what I said. The conversation that's happening right now is that the chat is saying that the guy that's arguing with me looks like a younger version of me. The same thing they did on Fight Club. They said, Angry Man Knight look like your big brother. Happy Man look like your little brother. So they called us they called Angry Man. They called Raheem Ali Happy Man because he's always smiling. And then the joke was I was Irrelevant Man because I'm older. Some elder abuse, some elder hate. I said, that's interesting. And they said, well, I said, because I'm about to start a channel. What? I'm finna see if I'm irrelevant or not. Then I say to the people that's in different places, Nidish, when are you coming on? Nidish, you making me upset. Nidish, I said, listen, I can't see the subscribers on this channel right here because I was looking to see who subscribe over here. And I'm saying that because all you people that's saying this to me, I done been on multiple shows. Y'all know the channel is lost. So I leave my link out there. I would think you would subscribe, hit the bell so you can be notified when I do come on. Well, we want you to be in this particular spot at this particular time and do this particular thing. Then don't say you miss me. Well, brother, I'm not trying to argue with you either. Listen, you're talking to me right now, which means you don't miss me because we're on the same panel together. Listen to please, people, listen to what you're saying, and please understand what I'm saying in response. I'm saying I'm over there on Izzy channel. When Angry Man is there, when Cell is there, when Raw is there, when Jazz is there, I'm over there on the channel. I'm not trying to overtalk nobody. I'm going along with the rules of the show. And I often do. The reason I don't go over there often is because I might fall asleep because you have to wait so long for all the hierarchy to speak first. That's why I typically don't go over there, because I like to go on a show where it's free flowing and we all just get an opportunity. So when I be on, like I'm on All Them show and I say a couple of words and it's like, Nightish, I have to stop her and go, see, that's the bullshit. That's the same shit that happened on the Gospel of Bob. And what do you mean? I say, tell me anytime I'm long. On my show, I talk all the time because I'm typically here long. But tell me any show that I go on and I'm not short-winded. You ask me a question, it's a sentence or two. My responses are a sentence or two. When I make my comments, they're a sentence or two. So why would you need to go, Nightish, you doing this? Tell me when I've ever done that. Oh, you never have? Then I'm confused. Why are you saying my name? Well, I said, what I will do, this is when I will interrupt. When your response to me is not what I said, you take what I say, you infer, and you then start your conversation about me with a lie. I didn't say that. Well, why are you cutting him off? I'm cutting him off because I want him to start off the premise with what I said. They said that us talking about what actual events that happened with us, they said that that's us complaining. And they said it several times and over again. And you know what you didn't do, ma'am? You didn't say, well, don't let me tell a lie. You did say. They never said that. I was about to tell a lie because I never said that. I don't think talking about your situation in exactly what it happened is complaining. It's just what happened. Like the thing when I was talking about the person was inferring. So since they were saying that dude looked like a younger version of me, I jokingly said, Luke, I am your father. His response was, disrespect my father again. Huh? Now, what that means is that you heard what I said within the context of me saying it, and you took that to mean something you inferred, not what I said. Another person did that. I'm on another panel, and he said a bunch of stuff that I consider goofy. When I say goofy, I'm not calling you a goofy. I'm saying what you're saying to me sounds goofy. See the difference? And I said that to this individual. So what did he do? Because he was on his friend's show, his friend dropped me. Then his friend brought me back up again and said, why would you call that man goofy? That's not what I said at all. We sit here and heard you say it. You heard me say these words verbatim. I'm going to say them again. You might drop me again. Go ahead. I said, what you're saying sounds goofy. I didn't say you are goofy. See the difference? It's two different things. But some people want to be angry. They've been working out every day. They've been at the range. They want to beat up something, shoot something. So everything is a trigger word. You wouldn't say that in my face. Why wouldn't I say it? First of all, why would we be around each other? That's first of all. But why wouldn't I say it? This is, as I said earlier in the conversation, people tell me, you be talking crazy. No, I just be voicing my opinion. People have told me in real life, I'm an asshole. I don't be ready to fight with them. And I don't go, well, why you say I'm an asshole? I just go, okay, that's your opinion. If somebody come on my panel and they say some stuff that I don't agree with, I don't go, ooh, that's their opinion. It's plenty of people that rock with me that say, Nightish, you are an asshole. I don't debate with them. I'm saying that the barrier to interest is very low. Because I know true assholes. So when I get called an asshole by somebody, the barrier to interest is very low. Like we're on these shows the other day, and folks are talking about don't talk about Anton because we all got we're reacting to content. Things I've said on the internet, if almost every single thing I've said on the internet has been thrown back up in my face. I don't make show after show after show after show after show about what's been thrown up in my face. That's what we do here. Nor do I walk around angry all day because somebody decided to make 12 shows about me. And then try to come up on the panel. A couple of times I've had folks come up on the panel. So when Jazz said that other day that she's seen people fall out with each other and then be back on each other's panel, that's a true statement. We didn't heard people say some of the most extreme stuff about people and then work with them again. So like, my guy Rapid One say, it'd be a lot of fake outrage. Y'all not outraged. This is just the content to talk about in the moment. If everybody going against such and such, we all got to be on the same page until they turn on me.
The natural feelings of sympathy and everything, they don't have none of that. It's not in them. You have it in you. Nobody never saved nobody but you. And you have been beat down so discouraged that it's very difficult. But I want you to know that you will be the winner. You are the original man. God didn't make everybody and then make you. He made you first. And everybody was modeled after you on some level. Okay? That's real talk. That ain't to soothe your ego. These are actual facts that if we could get our men to understand and accept. And I know it don't look like it now. I know some of the guys in the gutter. I know some of them in prison. Some of them on drugs. Some of them out here acting ignorant. Some of them pretending to be a woman. But that does not change the foundation of who you are and who made you, who is on your side, and who will pay the enemy back for what he has done to us.
You were saying that one of the greatest threats to Black women is loneliness.
Yeah.
Right. Can you elaborate on that more?
Well, once again, you paraphrasing me, but yes.
Paraphrase it.
Because, I tell you, I have to say that
Paraphrase
because people go around saying I said all kind of things. And I didn't say that, but it was something similar to that, okay?
And that's what it be a lot of times. We bad listeners. Notice you said this. I just said it a moment ago. I said something similar to that. You inferred. You took a sound bite and you said, I said this. I didn't say you were goofy. I said what you saying sound goofy. If somebody said, Nidish, what you said sound goofy, I say, oh, okay, tell me what you talking about. I wouldn't be like, nigga, you wouldn't say that to my face. I'd be like, what did I say to sound goofy? You said da. I said, oh, well, the reason I said that is because of this. I was on the panel the other day. It was all you simping, you kissing ass, you doing such a. Me and Bomb Cherry have bumped heads, but here's the thing. I've never talked about Mr. Bomb. I never talked about her grandbaby. I never talked about her son. That's going too far. She never talked about my wife and talked about my kids and all that other stuff. That's going too far. She may disagree with me about things. She may say the things I say sound like red pill stuff. She may say the things I say sound like conservative stuff. And I'm okay with that because maybe they do. Because I don't put people in boxes like that. Because they can say the things that she say sound feminist. The things that she say sound liberal. And then when they can put her in them boxes, then they can say, well, if she's a liberal, then she support all this stuff. If she's a feminist, she support all this stuff. And that's what they do. They want to put you in a box and dissect you. I see that a lot. I've been seeing that a lot the whole time I've been here. I don't put people in boxes and try to dissect them. I listen to what they're actually saying. When I used to listen to Raw and I think her name is Oshun, I just listen to what they're saying. I listen to Bomb and Charzay and Reese and Sugar Bum. I'm just listening to what they're saying. With a grain of salt. Okay, that's their opinion. And when I be on panels, you have like 5 dudes attacking a woman. I be like, that's crazy. Why can't y'all just let one person do that? But that's what the people want to see. Maybe you get more super chats if everybody just jump on the woman. Maybe get more super chats if a dude go up somewhere and all the women just jump on the dude. Shout out to the people where that's their content strategy, because that's where you're all probably at.
Well, because we can survive without a man. We do all the time, all over the country for years. We can survive without sexual intimacy. We can survive. We can make it. All right. But we're not satisfied. Okay. I'm not going to say happy, because the word happy is not in the Bible, the Torah, or the Quran. So it can't be that important. They've made it important to us because we spend money for happiness. All right. And we think it's everybody pick out what they want to have happiness. All right. But as I said, peace is the number one thing that creates happiness and allows all of the other things to grow and happen. But we're very lonely because of our men being so discouraged right now. Okay. Some of our best brothers are in prison. Okay. They get a different education there. And we are struggling, of course, with the mental health issues that has been forced on you by living in a hostile environment your entire life. Okay. A personal rejection is very, very, that's hard to handle over the years. You know, many of you have been rejected by your father. Some of you have been rejected even by your mother and the entire society. That's very hard. And we don't consider that. Now, I know right now, it looks like we're having a harder time, but we ain't never had as hard a time as you, because the enemy has always tried to take your place and make you look inadequate by giving us everything we need for us and our children to survive. So I looked at the television the other night, and that new guy, that Ramaswamy, whatever his name is, that's running in the election,
Ramaswamy, I think his name is.
Republican. He said that many of our women keep the man out of the home so that we can get certain benefits. I'm paraphrasing him, but that's what he said. And that is such a great lie. It was the white man's idea to put y'all out of the house. That wasn't our idea. We tried to keep you in there. We would hide you under the bed, in the closet, anywhere. We weren't trying to separate from you. Plus, if you got a whole project area with a lot of women and children, where did they think them children came from? Okay, there's some men in and out there some kind of way. So, you know, this is a lie that they're perpetrating. Now they're going to turn it back on us. This is how it's done. All right. The entire objective is to keep you and me apart. Whatever the risk is, whatever the cost is, they would rather deal with that than allow
Apart and fighting. Keep us apart and fighting. And we active participants in the bullshit. No, is you simping? No, apart and fighting. And we active participants in the bullshit. Let me see. And due to that, we overcorrected instead of applying guidelines. And shout out to Lord ADS for being an active participant in the conversation over here. Nightish, what is this show about today? This show today is about, what do Night be talking about? I be talking about family. Y'all keep calling it simping when I keep talking about family. Even in these YouTube streets, people that I have a close relationship with, the reason why you might have got it over on me is because I got a close relationship with you. I had somebody try to go off of me. You shouldn't treat people different. Bullshit. I treat my friends differently than I treat strangers. And I don't call a whole lot of people my friends. I treat my friends differently than I treat strangers. But when they burn the bridge of friendship, I just have to accept that too. I'm not a child. And I don't spend a whole lot of time thinking about why did a person burn that bridge? They're bridge burners. It is what it is. I don't like to stay in one place. And then there are the people who are hateful and come into situations hatefully. So another thing we was talking about over there on RLM is age gap relationships, 25 and 30-year age gap relationships. And I say, it's most likely both of them people are using each other. But at the end, the younger person is going to win, to me. So if it's an old woman with a young cat, the young cats are going to do what they've been seeing the women do. Right? So my understanding about the Gabor sisters, Eva Gabor and Jaja Gabor, this old stuff, became rich from divorces. Right now, they were just talking about, I believe her name is Portia, used to be on Love and Hip Hop or The Real Housewives. She on her third millionaire. You have a choice. We're looking at the Big Facts podcast. These links will be in the description. We're looking at the Big Facts podcast right here. This right here, this picture you're looking at, the girl name is Selena Powell. She's like the new Kat Stacks. She's like the new Karen Steffens. The guy right there is Deshae Frost. Deshae Frost is a streamer. Be with DDG and Dub and I forget what they call their little group. But it's just like Kai Sanat and his group. The fact that this woman still has motion is amazing to me. And shout out to her for figuring out how to still be relevant because she's been around for a minute. We didn't seen her with pictures where she taking a picture of Snoop Dogg in the house and Snoop Dogg is tricking the pimp. Snoop the P is tricking on Selena Powell. We didn't seen her somehow connected with DJ Academics, a bunch of different people.
Are you?
Big Facts podcast.
You want another one? Hold my hand now. Oh my God, his hand is so wet. What is that called? Sweaty. So sweaty. Why is your hand so sweaty? You nervous?
I'm just gonna let it be known I'm doing this as a favor. I'm at my wit's end when it comes to asking y'all industry dudes for any type of support.
The Men Too movement.
Oh my God!
I'm trying to catch her where she kissed him.
Oh my God!
Oh, it doesn't show it. She kissed him in the mouth. Oh, yeah, Selena Powell has some connection with Offset, too. I remember that. Selena Powell posts video in bed with Offset, claims they made a tape.
The nothing ass, she topped out with the nothing ass bitch status. She's going all the way, like she's going for the rewards. I'm talking about she's going for legacy whole shit. You know what I'm saying? Like she's up there competing with Cat Stacks. You know what I'm saying? She not worried about the groupie hoes in her class, like Mellow Racks in them. She's going for Karen Steppins. I'm talking about Superhead Glory. This, like,
And I heard this conversation recently also. Wait a minute. Are we on the deck? Yeah, we on deck. I heard this conversation recently also. Y'all will take a Selena Powell and say, most of these bitches is hoes like that. I don't know that to be true. But then again, I don't know what environment you coming from. What's the situation? What you have connection to. Some of the ladies that be in the chat be talking about, y'all got a problem with a woman having standards. I don't know who the y'all are. What is the standard?
Word for word, prostitute. Might be even worse than a prostitute because she's doing it for the love of the game. She's doing it for the notoriety. I seen a post. She said her favorite body was Young Thug. Her favorite body. She gets in the bedroom and tries to beat a nigga's whole lineup. Like she wants to be mentioned within his top sexual experiences. You know what I'm saying? Like, and she's going for names. From one side of it, it's kind of hard to even, you know what I'm saying, hate on her. You know, like she's owning it. It's kind of like a dude coming out. It's like, if that's what you own, that's what you own. That's what that is. With her being on that status, there's a certain way, and I spoke to y'all about this a couple videos ago with the Facebook dating dude. What was the other video? The Talia, another streamer dude, treating certified. I'm talking about paperwork is stamped. They got the state seal, the state crest of approval on theirs. It's certified. Y'all are treating them, y'all are playing like, oh yeah, this is a dot, and you playing around like that, but you really, just being all the way honest, you really scared of her. Just to be all the way for real, you really scared of her. Like this ain't you're in foreign waters.
And this is where people be trying to go. Look at that clip. This clip says, mother says argument over washing dishes led her 17-year-old son to destroy her home. Taking somebody's PlayStation, got somebody popped. This stuff is unprecedented. This man, that other clip said something about a dude buried some girl because it just makes us as a whole. When I be hearing angry man say the black community is shot, these kind of things. when I hear Bomb Cherry say, these men are, yeah, some of them, the question is, how many of them? Well, why you say that? Because my interactions with some, not all, be positive. My interaction with people in general be positive. The ones that stand out there be assholes, that's like very rare occasions. And I be in cities like Alameda where that's the melting pot. It's Cambodian, Laotian, white. We at these food trucks. We outside and damn, what they call them, they got a bunch of chairs out and a live band playing. And people got their kids running around, everything. And all them years are going to the food trucks, and all them years are going to that little outdoor ice skating rink, and all them years are going to them street parties, and all them years are going to them car shows. Never got into it once. They call Alameda like a family city, a walking city. And this whole family's walking around, going to Scolari's or going to Monkey Pub or going to, what else is all over there? You got the food trucks themselves. They got Panera Bread. They got Jamba Juice, Five Guys. I forget, it's a place that they make like Indian food. I forget the name of it right now off the top of my head. But yeah, we done been to all these places. Sticky Fingers of Jamaican food. That's on East 14th now, called International Boulevard. We go to Chili's over there. That's in the Bayfair Plaza. That's right next door to a Starbucks. We go to Black Bear that's over there in San Leandro. We go, oh, the other thing that's in Alameda is where's my other place? Applebee's in there. We don't mess with Applebee's. What's the other place? The where I get my what do they call it? It's basically Bass, but they call what do they call it? It's basically Bass and root vegetables and butternut squash ravioli. So what do they call that stuff? It don't matter, but it's basically Bass and whatever. So all of that stuff is walking stuff. You are outside. The parking lot is way over there. You got to walk into the plaza, walk past all kind of stores, TJ Maxx, to get to the damn restaurant. The restaurant is in the middle of the court. The court where that restaurant is, I had my birthday there. Why can't I remember the name of that? But that's where they had those little bands set up. They sit out the chairs. So it's all just families walking around. And all of the years we've been there, just really no drama. Now, again, I told you I got these like bone spurs, so my feet be hurt sometimes. And sometimes when I'm at these events, you know, I be looking like I'm limping a little bit. So I'm at a food truck one time. It's two big old dudes. I'm 6'2", so they had to be like, one was probably the same height as me. The other one was probably about 6'5". And you know, sometimes it's like I'm tripping. So I'm behind them walking and I kind of trip forward a little bit. And they both look at me like, you know, they finna beat up an old man. So I typically would say, oh, excuse me or whatever. If I bumped into you or did something to you, all I did was trip forward a little bit. These two dudes look like they was finna pound me. So what did they do when I went? Because, you know, we go to multiple trucks. So when I went to the next truck, they got behind me and did the same like limp I did, but both of them did it at the same time. And I turned around and looked at them up and down, and we looked at each other eye to eye. I didn't say nothing. Because when I did it by them, they didn't say nothing. They just followed me somewhere else and did the same thing. But in my mind, I was like, that was corny. That was corny. I'm an old man. I've been gray hair for I don't know how long. This happened when I was like, I was probably 47. So this is like 9 years ago. But when I see young folks like this, I be like, what's wrong? And the trip part about it is all these places they call horrible places that all these horrible people are at. That's why I say I love my city. I be in all these places around these people. And then people is not effing with people like that. They are not. It's what's up, Unc. It's what's up, OG. Can I help you sometime? Never. You can't get into a liquor store. Get this. I watched a thing the other day about all the stores you can't go to in Oakland. If you go to this store, you got to be strapped and blah, 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 blah. I done been to all of them. Yeah, do it be people in the door sometime? Yeah, do it be people standing around a liquor store sometime? Yeah. But again, this is why I say I love my city. I done been around Booker's on the side getting the 2 bottles for $1. All around here in alleyways getting 8s. All around here. All around here. Our people don't hate each other like people be saying. Now, if y'all both active and y'all bump heads, that's something different. You're an active participant in some shit. But just everyday people walking around, people are still catching a damn bus. If it was as dangerous as people say, well, nobody be walking to no damn bus stop, waiting in no bus stops. People still catch the BART. Bay Area Rapid Transit. It don't be these extremes like these little documentaries and different things be saying. It's not the truth. Now, I went in one store over there. It's on, and I'll be getting this mixed up. It's either, let me see. I want to say it's either Foothill or Bancroft. I'm in there in the store. I always walk around with what they call, a man bag. I wear it across my shoulder. I go everywhere with my man bag, my keys and whatever else is up in there. I'm in the store, going through the store looking for something to drink. I'm coming up to the register. I do see the store owner grip up. I see the whole barrel of the weapon and everything. Well, I see the handle of the weapon. He about to pull out because I guess he think I'm finna pull a drawdown on him. So I get up to the register. I think I was getting some, I'm trying to think. I believe I was buying some Jack and Coke. I was asking them to give me a bottle of Jack. And that's when I stopped buying Jack out of stores because what you can buy a pint in the store for, you can buy, 750 milliliters if you go to food court somewhere. But I was in a rush. I was going to my cousin's house today, so I spent the extra money. But yeah, when you had these situations right here, these are all people that's in the same environment that's dealing with this chaos and they don't know nothing, no better. So when they talk, you got to respect what their opinion is about that situation because that's the environment they in. But you got to be able to understand if you run into a Selena Powell type. Just by the conversation. When I listen to these panels with these older people up here talking about, I need a man that's the best version of himself. You're not the best version of yourself, ma'am. You better meet people where they at. I hear all the conversation with else and it all sound good, but really?
You know what I'm saying? You're in foreign waters. These, I'm being real with you. These dudes are like they're like the how girls was in middle school, like they would act like they'll talk on the phone, do phone sex and write, sex notes, whatever like that, but they were scared, you know what I'm saying, to go.
Look at Selena Powell jail picture. Selena Powell sentenced to 2 years for a probation violation. These be thugs. Cute, maybe, whatever, but thugs. And how can you not know?
there for real. That's what these dudes are now. They'll talk all that, fuck hoes, man, these hoes is thoughts. They'll do that while they're on live stream. But as soon as that shit cut off, these niggas is real deal, you know, trying to find out. I told y'all, like, they trying to find out why the girl wants to be a hoe. Why won't she settle down? You could really be a good girl. You're pretty, like, really talking to this card carrying hoe, groupie hoe. This is the level above neighborhood hoe. You're telling this hoe that you're giving her vibes like you want to actually date her and court her. There is no way for you to mask who and what you are to a girl, especially if that girl is as experienced as these hoes is. Y'all are going and fucking with stripper bitches and OnlyFans bitches who are experienced in dealing with dudes who want to fuck them.
Yeah, and you gotta be able to distinguish that. You gotta be able to distinguish that. And I don't be understanding why, because it's gonna sound transactional. It's gonna sound like they're gonna basically ask you, are you a trick? So when I be hearing dudes talking about they doing this and they doing that, I'm wondering why you can't understand because you're an old man and you've been married. But here's the thing. I've had women that like me. When a woman likes you, she not finna take you through all that bullshit. I mean, it may sound crazy what I'm saying, but why would you even? I was talking to a young lady that said she liked me in the whole thing. She just want to move slow and can we be friends first and all this other stuff. But I told her what my intentions was. So when she said what she said, I said, oh no. She said, you don't want to exchange numbers? I said, no. Because what I'm saying, I'm being very direct. You understand what I'm saying, right? She said, yeah, I understand what you're saying. I said, so what you doing right now is you rejecting me. She said, well, I hope you don't get upset. I said, I'm not upset, but this is what you're doing. You're rejecting me and you're trying to put me in the friend zone. I don't want to be in the friend zone. If we were just talking about being friends, that would be one thing, but that's not how I approached you. So you knowing my feelings and X, Y, and Z, and you know what I want to do. I'm not willing to be in the friend zone until you find a way to, I guess I got to wear you down. I'm not trying to wear nobody down. I'm not trying to convince nobody of nothing, and really not trying to convince a hoe. That's crazy to me. And that's basically what he's describing. Everybody in the industry already knows who Selena Powell is. So Deshae Frost, for you to be alone with her in a Sprinter when you do all kind of stuff yourself, because that's the thing. Y'all do that, y'all do them humiliation rituals and whatever else. But for you to be alone with her in a Sprinter and know what she do with her mouth, and then she play with you and kiss you in the mouth, you can't be disgusted. That's a part of the game.
They've seen a lot of different methods. Just them being them, they've had to be in certain situations, and through experience alone, they can gauge the danger level, they can gauge the duck level, the faking level. You're not going to be able to pretend. Once, like I'm telling you, like, that's one of the downsides of you being inexperienced, but being thrown in the deep waters of now all of a sudden you some type of streamer with notoriety.
Yeah, that's a whole. They look at them as lames anyway. That's Lil Meech side by side with Selena Powell. They do know the level of danger. They don't care. They don't care. The chicks I know that are that, they will punch on a gangster just to see, you know, where it's gonna go. And they know when they with a violent, dangerous. So all this stuff about they don't know these men. Yes, they do. And sometimes that's exactly what I done heard them say out of their mouth. I need to be a little bit scared of you. That's them saying it. A young chick would say, what she said, this ain't what you want. You a little too old for this. That's them flirting. But this is the best thing you said back to that. You know what? You're right. Cause can you go 10 rounds? 10 rounds of what? Ma'am.
Because you get all kind of, you know, things are being thrown at you. And this is how y'all dudes get caught up because you're not experienced with bitches at all. You get the Jordan Paulines that slip in. You get the Selena Powells. You don't know the difference. You don't know what's going on. Deshae, I'm gonna say this to you, homie. If you are unsure of whether or not you were disrespected by this confirmed soul snatcher, confirmed like bumpy dick liquor. I'm talking about STD. Hey,
What does it say? A man pushing 40 told his 17-year-old girlfriend to defend him after facing online backlash for grooming, cheating on his fiance, and getting the girl pregnant. This all happened after he had told his fiance he took her in because she was homeless and needed a place to stay. $40 and $17.
it giver. She has to be. She can't be in order for her to be the hoe that she wants to be, in order for her to, you know, stay in the rankings as she needs to, she can't be about protection. If she get in the car with this rapper nigga, she only got 5 minutes. It ain't about no, oh, well, can we get a rubber? Nah, nigga, you know, niggas be high, all kind of shit. Nigga might just grab her head and just straight into his, you know what I'm saying? You think a nigga gonna tell her off in the bus and let her get up? Or you think a nigga gonna expect?
You got commercials in there.
Being in certain dudes' presence, grabbing their face and lip kissing them while on camera, she would expect to be harmed if she did that to certain dudes. Y'all run.
Yeah, that's her way of punking him. To a square from the outside looking in, all she did was kissed him. Do you know who Selena Powell is? But at the same time, do you know who Deshae Frost is? Deshae Frost came in on a string that DDG was doing and climbed up under the desk. And then DDG pushed back away from the desk when he climbed up under the desk. And Deshae Frost came from under the desk wiping his mouth. Soon as he crawled up under the desk, DDG kicked back like, what are you doing? And Deshae came up wiping his mouth. He does humiliation rituals. He does all this sus stuff. Casually. But yeah, she kissed you on the mouth like that because she don't respect you. And I listened to a woman on the panel. This Wednesday. That had to be Friday or Saturday, talking about sex playing the man. And you know, she was talking about putting fingers in somebody. And she's saying, literally, you ain't a man if you don't punch her. If you let her do that. Matter of fact, that was I was looking at I forget the name of the damn show. Because Carlos Miller was on the show. It's the light-skinned girl and the dark-skinned girl, the one who said she sold some vagina for $40 when she first came to Atlanta. She says she says she knows it's punch worthy, but she gonna test you because she got to know if she's dealing with a man or not. And they say they are certified butt eaters. They don't want you to do it to them because they'll lose respect for you, but they are certified. That's where we at, y'all. Now, they'll let you do it, but they're going to look down on you. Ain't that something crazy? So they certified do it, but if you do it, they look down on you. They probably going to stop messing with you because they're going to think you sus. And the same thing with the finger stuff. So they testing men.
This girl, she has all the surgeries that a dude would get, all the accessories that a dude would get if he wanted to be female presenting. Even bad bitch presenting. You having similarities with a dude that's trying to be a girl, that's a red flag off the top. The Botox and the, you know, the face cutting and all this, like, what are you trying to hide? I think Lil' Kim was the first one that I saw that just like, oh, like, what are you doing? What are you doing? But that's something that the people that do the drag and all that, they actually do that and do those surgeries. Homie I couldn't tell whether or not this was a planned situation, or you were just playing like that for the camera. Maybe you got an old lady or something, or maybe you flexing for the chat. You want, oh man, this hoe kissed me, oh my God. But really, she kissed you because that's what she's used to with you. Y'all niggas don't mind fucking with hoes. Like y'all niggas do not mind cuffing a hoe. Y'all don't mind it. You niggas don't mind like going out extremely sad when it comes to bitches. It's like, dog, it is bad bitches in every city in America. Bitches working at fucking FedEx. The bitch is working at Popeye. Bitch working at a warehouse. Bitch working at just bad normal bitches, no makeup. Bad bitches. Like they wouldn't even be able to you know, to fight it if you came through, because you know what I'm saying, you are somebody in a small town, but niggas don't know that. They don't know that. So niggas really feel like they got to get whatever is already on the table. When nigga don't know how to hunt, he got to just eat whatever's there. Like if it is not brought to the table, you are the lion that was raised up in the zoo.
Yeah, you domesticated. Shout out to Ayo Canseco. But we got to stop blurring the lines. We're going to do a few shows a day. So hopefully we can get some, you know, some motion for some folks that's out there. But we're going to call this one a wrap. Y'all be great.
We'll shut this motherfucker down.
Yep.